guitar. And actually Nina was taping the performance because it was one of the first performances she ever did of this new song. So you can hear me and Connie on YouTube arguing. Is it live or Memorex? Because she's the one that was a live person. I'm going like, no, it's a professional recording. It was Dolly or Loretta. It was somebody big, you know. And we were arguing.
Right.
You were right. And Connie said the first thing. Connie said it was live. So that's how we got introduced to Nina Ritchie. And from that day, we listened to her music and we followed her and we become friends with her. And so what we want to do tonight, since she is a folk artist, she's kind of leading the way with the modern movement of folk music. She sings a lot of Bob Dylan, a lot of Joan Baez. A lot of the big newsbeat reporters say she reminds them of a young Joan Baez and a young Dolly Parton.
She thinks you sound like it.
Yeah. She does, because me and Nina had the conversation. She actually sung with a Dolly song, and her voice range is pretty much spot on with that. So tonight we're trying to have like a 60s thing, like a coffee house. And so we got good music, good food, good coffee. And I want to do a shout out, Andrew, Tabitha. Thank you for bringing the coffee machine. It's really nice of you to do that. So I don't want to talk all night. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the fabulous Nina Ritchie from Nashville.
Wonderful job emceeing. I'm really impressed. You don't always get a nice introduction like that.
Well, thank you, Nina. I tried my best.
All right. Well, I'm going to start off with a song that is a ballad. I'm going to try to set the tone of the evening, and then we'll just manipulate it throughout the evening. It's a song called Designs on Me, and it is the title track of my first album that I released in 2018. And this song was supposed to be a throwaway song. I just wrote it and I thought, it's nice, but I don't know what I'll do with it. And when I started to record, you like that one? When I started to think about recording the album, I went back to it and I thought, you know, maybe when I dress it up and I start to arrange it, then maybe it will be something beautiful. And I thought it was, so here it is, Designs on Me.
The
started to believe he's got designs on me. Designs on me. Why do lovers carve names in the trees? Why do lovebirds return in the spring? Why sometimes do we roam past our dreams? He's got designs on me. Designs on me. He's got designs on me. Designs on me. Designs on me. Well, I named it Designs on Me because I thought it would be a good introduction. It was my debut album, and I thought I should start to show people some of my designs. And I like to design a lot of things, jewelry. I like clothing and that kind of thing. It's kind of part of my art. I like to do everything all together all at once and kind of let art breed art. So I'm gonna sing the song that Dennis and Connie heard, and Ben and Maddie. I think Maddie was in the back somewhere too. When they came through the cave. It's no longer there at Dollywood, but we have the video to remember it by, and it was really neat to go back to that video and see them in the cave. I'm like, there they are. How did that happen? What are the odds? Well, this one is called My Head is Full of You. It's a love song about loving someone through all the mundane moments that can happen in a day. When I lie awake in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, before the train makes the dawning break, my head is full of you. When my bed's been made and the dog's been out, when my oatmeal sugared buttermilk is sour, when my clothes are pressed and the coffee's made, my head is full of you. When my car is cranked and warming up and I change my lights, I purse my lips in the rearview mirror. My head is full of you. When the drive time gives me time to pray, my head is full of you. When the oil stains look like highway stains, when the heat waves shake on the lid, when I can't make out what the road signs say, my head is full of you. It's not the most convenient place to stop and have a ball. I'm distracted driving in the wrong lane, and I hope that I don't get caught. When I make it home at 8:30, my head's still full of you. When my gas tank arrow points to empty and my rent is coming due, when the minute hand sets its heels and my head
That sound familiar, Connie? Yep. That does.
Maybe because it was your ringtone. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
That's what he told me. It's a ringtone. We're going to different places.
I can see why they argue, though. I mean, you hear that in a cave, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I had this little amp with me, and it sounded like recorded music. So. All right, well, I'm going to do a cover song. I guess it's kind of a cover. It's a folk song. We don't really call them covers in the folk world. You kind of just own it because a lot of the songs are public domain, and I do a lot of those songs. They're just traditional American songs or English, Scottish ballads. I like to do those too. And this one actually comes from England, traveled over to the Appalachian Mountains, and the Carter family kind of wrote different lyrics to it, changed it up a bit. And it's a song called Wildwood Flower. And I have recently learned the correct way to play this song. I was playing it my own way all along, and I thought it was going to be a very difficult song to learn because it has some highs in the different guitar parts. And I'd never seen anybody do it until John McEwen. I sat down with him. He's from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. I will be playing with him in Marion, Virginia on the 2nd. And I learned the song from watching him, so I got the right picking for this now.
Oh, I have a comment. Johnny Cash said this is the greatest country song ever written.
Well, he might be right.
Yeah.
I like it anyway. I was kind of trying to find my feet and who I was as an artist, but I was very new at it, so I kind of just listened to everything that my dad and mom recommended. So I was listening to people like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Queen, and just different, anything that they gave me I listened to. Linda Ronstadt, and Bruce Springsteen. And I liked Bruce Springsteen a lot, and I listened to everything I could get my hands on of his. A lot of them were cassettes out of my dad's collection. I just wall up in my room and just listen to everything. And then I started running out of cassettes to listen to, so I went to the library and I picked up an album called We Shall Overcome, the Seeger Sessions. And I'm going to do 2 songs back to back that I consider to be folk songs. One of them is a song called Froggy Went A-Courtin' that came off of that album. And the next one will be one called Sickle in the Cane. So this one is Froggy Went A-Courtin', and I think, Sandy, you probably know it. You do? Okay. I've noticed that a lot of people will sing like the first 1 or 2 verses with me, and a lot of teachers seem to know this one too. I've run into a couple of kindergarten teachers and they'll say, we just taught that as a poem in my class. And I thought, wow, it was a poem first, huh? A lot of songs were poems first. In fact, Wildwood Flower was a poem first. So it stands true. All right, if you know this one, sing it along with me. It's about a frog who's in love with a mouse, the niece of a rat, and he's got to ask for permission to marry her.
heard that for many a year.
And who did you hear it from?
My grandfather and my father.
Amazing. A lot of people know other verses, more verses were added as people went along.
And sometimes my grandfather, when they would do it, he would play the juice harp along with it.
Oh, very, very cool. I like to listen to juice harp. All right, well, I'm going to sing a song now that is about the sugar cane fields in Louisiana. And when I wrote this song, I knew nothing about them. And I had no idea that when I wrote the song that it would actually be pretty correct. Now, a lot of this stuff is a little bit antiquated, but I like to write that way sometimes. And so it's called Sickle in the Cane. I wrote this while I was in college in Boston at Berklee College of Music. And it was just supposed to be, I was writing like 12 bars for a harmony class, and it went out of control, and I wrote this whole song. And then I submitted it for a concert that they took applications and let people send in their music, but it was for all the women in Berklee, so it's called the Women Musicians Network Concert. And I had a good feeling about this song, and I submitted it, and they chose it. So I got to be one of 10 women who performed with a all-women band at the Berklee College of Music Performance Center. So here is Sickle in the Cane. like to introduce you to a song that is a sing-along song. And,